All right, we're live for Fireside Chat number 225. Let me double check. We are, yep, good to go on Twitch. Okay. Let's see. Not a lot to cover from last week. I'll go ahead and remind everyone about Secret Odin one more time. Again, do talk to Anarian and QCA who are running the show on that. You can also check the announcements channel. They've got a link there for the sign up, information on how it works. So do check that out. Let's see. Beyond that, not a lot. Let's see. Oh, some people were asking about the, I believe this is the Chief Petty Officer quiz. To my knowledge, yeah. Um, about what is a division, what is a platoon. So divisions by default are really just containers for platoons. Like a division contains multiple platoons. Um, there isn't really any added meaning beyond that. I mean, if you go back in the day in WA, you would have, for example, we had a StarCraft division composed of multiple StarCraft platoons, and each StarCraft platoon was like certain types of StarCraft maps or game modes um, that they had to focus on. So back in the day, it was like divisions would generally be confined to like a certain game or something like that. Like a division was essentially just a really big platoon containing multiple small platoons. But the way we're doing it right now, they're really just a way to have some experience and oversight over platoons, because potentially a rough platoon could be pretty new, could have somebody who's pretty new in charge, doesn't have a lot of experience, so you've got somebody above them keeping an eye on them who they can go to with questions and such. And also, it's kind of somebody keeping tabs on all the platoons, so they can kind of, you know, see what needs to be done, if there's any changes need to be made, to try to keep all the platoons running at the highest level they can. So that's really just the purpose of platoons. I mean, it's essentially just an organizational purpose. It's the platoons that, of course, are going to be our sort of outpost on a given game. Um, yeah, yeah. If anyone has questions about that or is unsure, I know because like some of the terminology, it's sort of a double-edged sword, the terminology we're using, because we are using the fleet terminology. That's going to be familiar to people who are around going back Second Empire, Third Fleet era, and such, but um, not everything works exactly the same. I think some of it works better. I mean, I think the way we've got it now, where platoons, you don't have like, okay, everyone needs to be in a platoon, and if you're in the StarCraft platoon, but you want to go play League of Legends, you're going to have to put in a transfer request and such. I mean, I think thematically, lore-wise, it's a little interesting because you kind of, you feel like you're a steady part of a platoon, which is kind of cool. But I think it's better. Platoons are better served, or better served WA, as simply being a sort of leadership umbrella or structure, just a person or people in charge of a WA's affairs on a certain game, um, which I think works really well. I mean, I think it's, as an example, most of our in-game operations have, say, an in-game organization. I mean, sadly, clubs are gone in League of Legends, but for example, we have our clan in World of Warships. We have Storm Kings working as our corp on EVE Online, for example, and they have people who are members in game of those organizations. So you still have that element, but in the sense of what platoon are you a part of in WA, nobody's a part of any platoon, really. I mean, you could be the leader of a platoon, but you could even be running two platoons at the same time, as is the case for some people right now when we have some of our officer staff, working in multiple different positions at the same time. So I think ideally everyone would just have one job and it'd be a lot easier, but um, I think right now we're kind of doing the best we can, and honestly, I mean it's been pretty good. I mean, I think we have a lot of people who have a lot of responsibilities who are pretty much getting them all done. So um, I think things are running pretty solidly as we head towards the Yule season, which is not too far away. So Yeah, we'll see everyone for that. I think chances are I may take next week off for Fireside due to Thanksgiving. Um, Perhaps just move it to Friday is what I'll do. I think that'll probably be the plan. Yeah, yeah. Yep, we'll go ahead and do that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'll be around for office hours shortly. Might be doing a StarCraft test of Ice or Special Forces if anyone wants to play some Brood War with that. Otherwise, we'll be back next week on Friday, not Thursday, because Thanksgiving.